Welcome, everyone, to episode something of Virtual Scuff.
5.
I don't even know which number we're on at this point.
It hasn't been that long.
we don't have any numbers. I'm here. I'm hosting this time. All right.
Mm-hmm.
To my left is Hoa. To my right is Al, and I'm the host. So I shall start off today's topic.
And your name is?
Oh, I'm Ray, aka or ReiMix, aka Ray Rika. I am Ray.
Mm-hmm.
I came straight out of a 4-hour League stream.
Yes.
So, I was almost okay. I was 3 minutes late, 7:03, but it's okay because I was more late. I'm just saying.
Whoa.
I'm just saying. I'm not the most guilty. I'm not the most guilty.
I didn't sign up for these strays.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm not the worst person here. You know.
Damn, you throwing someone under the bus already. Damn.
I was 3 minutes late. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, so let's go into today's topic. All right. I won't go too doomer into Niji Sanji. I'm sure there's plenty of drama channels, news YouTube channels that go a lot more in depth with what's going on in Niji Sanji, right? But something that I think will just pertain for just at least a little bit will be just the most recent, which would be Luca's like expose or expose document that released recently. Hoa, Al, do you know too much about what went down?
Nope. No clue.
I also know, actually. I know something happened, but I didn't
Yeah, I only know like probably the first paragraph of it, and that's about it.
Sounds good. All right, so we'll do a quick TLDR, all right? So pretty much one of Luca's close friends that he had even before VTubing, and then also, or before he became Luca, and also a little bit during when he was Luca, right? He was pretty much kind of like taking advantage of them, right? Yeah, taking advantage of them, just kind of like using them, right? And it wasn't the greatest thing, right? Like for example, like Luca, like they would like make the schedule things. Luca would never credit them, right? They would like do the schedules. They would be the person Luca would always talk to complain, right? And it was like a sort of codependent thing where like they felt like pretty good because Luca, like they wanted to help Luca, and Luca was feeling good because he was always getting helped, right? So it kind of became a codependent relationship, right?
Yeah, kind of.
It
sounds more like he's leeching off of them almost.
Exactly, right? And I mean, yeah, and then they said they're like, you know, I'm done, right? Like this is getting like really toxic and abusive, right? So like, they like set up like they sent like this like it was like a really long Google Doc of just like talking about like everything that went down, right? Between them. And it was like some crazy ass stories like before Luca was Luca, right? They like met in VR chat and Luca would entertain his body while talking to them in VR chat. Right? Just like meanwhile, and it was like that's like gross, number one, right? It's crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then also like during the while Niji Sanji auditions were happening, he like went on like alt accounts to like put down other like auditionees, right?
What do you mean by put down other auditionee?
So it's like he would like tweet stuff where it's like honestly it's like, yeah, you know, like male VTubers aren't that popular, so you should probably give up, right? Or like he would lie where it's just like he's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, my friend already got like got accepted to second wave audition, so if you didn't get that, you should probably just give up, right? So like culling the competition. Right?
Oh, damn.
So like just kind of like gross stuff like that, right? During like one of his Minecraft builds, his friend would get on instead of him on his account, which is, you know, against contract because they're not supposed to share their accounts, right? So and also like the handwritten notes that like you know what I'm saying, right? Like the handwritten notes that like Luca would sell to his fans, right?
Sure.
He never handwrote any of them. It was his friend that did all of that. And it was just a lot of stuff like that. And like he was just leaking like a lot of stuff that like he should have not been leaking, like against contract to them. And like also just during like one of the things was like there was like I forgot when, but it was like one of like when like the big like Niji EN events was like canceled, right? A lot of the Niji Sanji members were like it's like hey, it's like let's boycott, right? They wanted to do this stuff, right?
Oh,
they like
I think I know.
And Elira and Luca were like the only ones that didn't. and they would like talk to each other about like how inappropriate it is for like Niji Sanji members to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty bad, right? Especially just because I think this is well known at this point, but Niji Sanji En at the very least like plays favorites,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
So they
no, I
support a
feel like
lot
just in
more.
general, Niji Sanji just in
Yeah,
general
and
play
they just
favorite.
like don't treat their not favorites like not as well compared to the rest of them. Like they definitely have favorites,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
And so, which also led to things like, so like now that like Elira is like kind of involved, it's like, well, shit, right? It's like when you think about it, like, oh, Elira like volunteered for them to like put down Selen, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
discredit Selen, and it's like things like that. It's just like very messy stuff. A lot of everyone's losing subscribers, but yeah, this whole thing, Luca was just not a good person,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just like kind of like emotionally abusing, taking advantage of, leashing, all that stuff to his friend. So like that was like document, just so much stuff in that document, right? But that's like the TLDR, right?
Okay.
Just a lot of bad stuff. So given that, I'd like to talk about what do you think is the future of Niji Sanji, like EN? I think Niji Sanji JP is still very popular, so I feel like they'll be fine. What do you think is the future of Niji Sanji EN, right? Or what do you think they should do in the future, right? Honestly, if this keeps up, bro, I'd rather have Niji Sanji EN just close down, right? But that's my
Mhm.
personal opinion. I don't think they're gonna do that, right? But like, or maybe just like a full, I don't know, a full like management like reset, right? Because something's
Management
just like,
definitely need to be reset, yes, but
because
also
I feel like go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe like fix some of the attitude in of itself first before they do anything outside.
I feel like Niji Sanji is like dealing with like the English market and with like with a Japanese mindset, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Where it's like, oh, it's like grind, right?
they,
And it's like
they're doing it
flat
more of a
company.
corporate way. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, yeah, it's just not working out. Oh, also
Mm-hmm.
is a little thing where it's like, Luca in the beginning was like, oh, it's like I don't want to do lewd content because like I think that's cringe or something, right?
Yeah.
But once he like saw like Vox get more like numbers in,
Mm-hmm.
right? Luca was like telling them it's just, man, like why is Vox getting more like numbers, bro? He's like just doing this and that. And then he started doing more lewd content, right?
Yeah.
So that also he just wasn't treating the moderator. But yeah, all that stuff. Anyways, I just remember
He's
that.
a hypocrite in of himself, kind of.
Yeah. Again though, like felt like the intent of that document that they released, the expose, was to tear down Luca's reputation.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's not without bias. They did have some evidence, right? It's not like they did it full of hearsay. But, you know, like it's good to understand that there was definitely a lot of bias and the intent was to defame Luca, right? So, you know, maybe some of the details might have been exaggerated. I'm not too sure, right? I'm not saying that it's false, right? I kind of believe it.
I mean,
You know,
you can
just
never
you
know.
know,
It's
exactly.
stuff online. You're not gonna know if everything is true or not.
Yeah, just that's a good like grain of salt to take in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Luca breached contract,
But
right?
yeah,
Should
he's
they
still
graduate
there.
him?
Yeah, I mean, it's a breach of
Right?
contract. They did it for the other one, but they're not doing it for this one. That's playing
Yeah.
favoritism in it of itself.
Do they think they will graduate him?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, like Luca did breach contract, of
Mhm.
course, obviously, right? That's grounds in and of itself for them to just graduate him, right?
Yeah.
Or just cut the contract, right? But you think Niji Sanji En is gonna,
No, because
right?
he's making them too much money for them to like say
Yep.
no.
And he's their favorite, right? I'm thinking the same thing, right? It's just sad, right? Just the way Niji Sanji En. Obviously, they're creating exceptions for things,
Yeah,
right?
they're gonna make exception as soon as
Yeah.
they see the money and the revenue.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because like what the second Selen, like the whole Selen drama went down, bro, I
Mhm.
feel like it just unveiled like a hill, like a mountain of just skeletons, bro. Just like in like Niji
The
Sanji's
closet is
closet.
open.
Yeah, just like it opened up the closet, bro, and we just see like a mountain of skeletons, just like horrible things. It's like, oh my
Mm.
god, like what the fuck is happening? But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to feel about Niji-san. I've unsubbed to all Niji-sanji talent, at least for EN, right?
Yeah.
I haven't
I
done
think there's
that.
like a couple I'm still sub to. Like I think like Sara Hoshikawa. Like I still think she's really cool.
Mhm.
But
I think the JP side are definitely like they know what to do to like not anger management, or at least
yeah,
get on management's good side, or at least a majority of them do. There are some that are like not.
yep, and they got cut off.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. You think there is a future of Niji Sanji like getting back their reputation, or is it over?
No, it's gonna still be there. It's gonna linger. It's never gonna go fully
Yeah.
away. Like if they had fixed it in a good way as soon as it happened, then it wouldn't have been like this. But since they
It
let it
wouldn't have
drag
blown
on,
up.
yeah. But since they let it drag on and on and on, their reputation is just like literally in the negative. If anything, it's not gonna come back
Yeah.
up. Like even people in JP are questioning how Niji Sanji EN is.
My support for Niji Sanji, like,
Yeah.
unless they do a full, like I said, like management reset or just like some sort of action just to be like, yep, it's like we're gonna graduate these, just a purge, right? Just
Yeah.
like it's like hey, it's like we're doubling management size for Niji Sanji, and we're giving more funding, we're setting up these events, right? And it's like I don't know, like maybe just communication, right?
Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't know. Yeah, we just need things. We
Okay.
need things to happen,
Mhm.
right?
That's not
Al, what do
happening
you
right
think?
now.
But yeah, Al, what do you think Niji-sanji can do to like ever gain back to support? Or is it just Jover? It's like it's impossible.
Probably not Jover. I think honestly a lot of it's probably they need to replace most of their management. That's usually what it ends up being when actual businesses end up running under. It's the management mismanaging their employees usually. And I think it might be the same situation happening here. It's just the management mismanaging their creators.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever read somewhere on Twitter where it's saying, "Oh, they're hiring like people that just recently graduated high school to be like managers or whatever on Niji Sanji."
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
They
true.
Gross.
no, it was like an actual job posting. So like the
Um,
minimum requirement is just straight out of high school,
yeah, and the
right?
pay rate is
Which is
also
crazy,
minimum.
and the pay's really low. Yeah.
Mhm.
So like their like bar for like finding managers itself is already really low as well.
Yeah.
And they're still understaffed,
The
right?
bar is low. Well, I mean, who wants to be a manager if you're getting that pay? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like with how little, you're probably managing like 4 talents for like
Mhm.
minimum wage, which is
Yeah.
like crazy,
That's
right?
gonna just give you like a mental check on.
It's just it's just no bueno, honestly. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just so sad for Niji Sanji, bro.
Mhm.
Like during a time, bro, everyone was like, haha, it's like, before the reputation was like, oh, Hololive is like an idol company, so they have like a lot more restrictions to content that they can do. They can't go like crazy buck wild,
Mhm.
right? Like they can't do like super lewd content,
Yeah.
right? And Niji Sanji, since they're not tied to be having like an image of an idol company, like their creators can do so much more. They have so much more freedom. And then now
Mhm.
that you realize, it's like, oh my god, they had like a lot less freedom, just smaller budget. But yeah, it's just bad. And it's sad because I know like people are still gonna audition for Niji Sanji,
Yeah. The
right?
people that are desperate.
People that are desperate,
Yep.
and like, yeah, it's pretty bad.
Have you
yeah,
seen those AR lives? Like
oh yeah, okay,
screenshot,
yeah,
I
that was like
guess.
there's the whole thing where it's like they weren't allowed to screenshot, they weren't
Mhm.
allowed to like do anything like that, right? But
Yeah.
supposedly it's like it was pretty low quality, like it felt like a rush
The
job.
free stuff.
Yeah, which is probably why they didn't want any screenshots because they didn't
Mhm.
want it to be leaked,
Yeah.
right? To like the general public on like how bad it actually was,
Yeah. It was
right?
in 2 years of development, wasn't it? Or 2.5
Yeah.
years of development, something like that. And this.
But yeah, I don't know, man. The
Mhm.
AR live thing. Dude, I don't know. What the fuck are they doing with Niji Sanji EN, bro? Like, I don't even know. Like, JP's doing well, bro. Where's all that bank going, bro?
You know
Fucking
where
the
it's
yacht.
going.
The yacht is sinking, bro. The yacht is sinking.
Mhm.
Sell your 17 yachts, bro. Just like
Dude, you
give
only
them a
even need
little more
one
money.
yacht.
Give them more support, more management, something, bro.
Like,
Like,
and then you
goddamn.
compare that to how Hololive is like building a whole new building for
Yeah,
their
they're building a
company.
building, yeah, for studios,
Mhm.
right? They're working on that like Hololive open world like game that's like
Yeah,
happening,
they're
right?
they're
Yeah, they
also.
opened like Hololive opened like an indie gaming like kind of like quote unquote company, but
Mhm.
it's just like where it's like they like partner with like indie game devs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
They've been partnering with indie game devs that make like Hololive fan games, and it's like, hey, bro, it's like we're gonna give you like an official license, and you can like make money off of this, and you'll have like our support, right?
yep,
Our at right, and
something
things like
like
that. Where
that.
it's like, dude, that is so cool, right? Like I don't. Hololive's just doing so much better. They're opening.
They're trying to open
They're
like an
also like
English thing over in
exactly.
America.
They're opening like an official like English company,
Hmm.
right, for Hololive, just to give them like more like domestic support, right?
Yeah, and
Also
like
probably to dodge taxes, but
no, no,
I
they can't dodge tax. Tax is always
mean they're
anywhere.
not dodging taxes. I'm saying like international. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To make it easier, like streamline. But yeah, I don't
but
know.
it's
This is
probably
like
gonna be a studio where it's gonna make it easier for them to do 3D over in America, or at least the people that live closer in North America, like in Canada and stuff, so they don't have to always, travel back and forth, which probably will cost more time.
yeah. It's just cool.
Hmm.
It's just cool,
Yeah.
honestly. But yeah, Hololive's just doing so much better, right?
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe they have 17 billion skeletons in their closets as well, right? But like just from their actions and how they support the community, I just feel like that's not the case.
Do you think it's the people that own the stock in Niji Sanji that's like doing the
The
calls on,
shareholders.
yeah, the shareholders making these
I could
bad
see that
decisions?
where like they don't want to lose money,
They're still
but like
losing money by doing this
they're
bad.
still losing money. Yeah, they're just trying to be cheap about
Mhm.
it. But yeah,
If you were there, if you were the CEO, what would you have done? Would you have like just done like a clean slate, start everything from scratch kind of deal?
okay. I think we just need to divide like the good eggs from the bad eggs,
Hmm.
right? We need to find like, okay, who's being troublesome? Number one, Luca broke contract, right? And I'm sure their favorites might have broken contract too, and they're just not doing shit about it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. We just need to find the good eggs, bad eggs, give them more support, right?
Hmm.
I don't know about hard reset. I think there are like genuine good content and like well-meaning people in Niji Sanji EN,
Yeah.
and they're just afraid to leave because no matter what, now that they made it big in Niji Sanji, they kind of have job security, right?
Kind of. Not really.
Kind of. Eh. You know, they have a job.
Unless it's the favorites, then they have job security. Not the
Yeah.
one that are favorite.
I feel like there's still some good, like well-meaning people that are working under Niji Sanji EN.
I feel
right.
like the one that are good probably is trying to get out as fast as possible right now.
Yeah. I think it's just difficult for them. I mean, like
It's
going
just
into the unknown,
yeah.
right? It's scary
Hmm.
being like leaving something like Niji Sanji and being alone
Yeah.
again. Like for example, like Pomu, right? When she
Yes.
became Mint,
Mhm.
right? Like even she said it's like I was afraid that like everyone would like has like forgotten me, right? Or like no one would show up to like my new stream, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I mean it's true, right? Like it's a pretty
You're
good
afraid.
fear where it's like, oh, everyone knows me as my Niji Sanji talent. Like, will
Mhm.
anyone follow me? Right? Will anyone
Yeah.
even know? Will anyone even support me?
I think I
Right?
follow. I know I follow.
So yeah, you know, I understand that they're worried, but
Mhm.
like, bro, it's a bad company. Please leave
Yeah.
Niji Sanji.
Please.
If you know it's good for
And
you.
also get a lawyer to read those contracts.
Yeah, and people that are going in read the contracts so
Yeah.
that you don't go in. All right.
Or at least know what you're getting into before you sign that contract. Because what they gave you like an hour or two to like sign off on that thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
But you
Which
know,
is kind of
that's just a
stupid. They're...
thing. It is stupid.
Also, did
Yeah.
you see the Vshojo teaser? that just came out like an hour or
Yeah.
two ago.
Dude, Vshojo is like a veteran like camp. Like I swear, like
Mhm.
there's or like a refugee camp. I think that's what's happening
It's
right
like a
now, bro.
refugee camp, but
Yeah,
y-
they're just grabbing all of the people that are like
but
need
you
help.
have to
Like
you,
Vshojo's supporting Mint, and she's not even part of the fucking org,
and also
bro.
what you want to know what's kind of insane. They let go
What?
of can't really remember what Nazune or whatever she was
Amemiya
calling.
Nazuna?
Is that what she was calling
Yeah,
Vshojo?
Amemiya Nazuna.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. She's
Like
switching to voice Ore though.
no,
which is...
but like it was crazy how after she left, all this drama about her showed up.
Dude, shit went down. That's right,
Yeah, so
dude.
it's
This
like
lawsuit.
either
Oh
Vshojo
my
knew what was
god.
going on and like dodged a whole bullet by letting her go like that at that time,
Her own separate ways. Yeah.
or
For any of you guys watching that don't know what went down,
Mhm.
Amemiya Nazuna like had a lawsuit between like mafumafu.
Yep.
Right. Apparently they were like married, right? But
They were
apparently like mafumafu
married.
was saying that like she was like super duper like crazy abusive and insane.
Mhm.
Right? And it was just like an animal abuse. It was just like a whole line, just emotional abuse, physical abuse, like
And
psychological, like
she said she was
gaslighting,
cheating on
manipulating.
him or some shit.
Yeah, she cheated on him. It was just like this whole thing,
Do you think
right?
those claims are real?
I could see it. I could see it being true.
I feel like there
Honestly.
are some that could be true, but not all of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like some of them might be lies that he's making up. So it seems like
Yeah. Like again, like I think that was a little bit about defaming Rushia.
Mhm.
Right? But
Yeah.
also, what is it? It's also about how, like Rushia, right? She like
Mhm.
broke NDA because she was so desperate to like clear her name,
Yeah.
right? So like, acting on emotion and doing very rash things, right, is like not out of the picture for her, right? Which is why like I can kind of believe there's a chance, right?
Yeah.
That that she could be someone like that.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Vshojo's pretty cool.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a kind of Vshojo just naturally in and of itself is kind of a different org.
Yeah, because they don't
Right?
do audition. They just, secretly
Yeah.
hire. It's probably the
Yeah,
best
pretty
way of
interesting.
explaining how Vshojo get new member. They just like,
Yeah.
get
It's more like a refugee camp.
yeah.
Also like the way they run it, they're not necessarily like an org
No,
where
it's
like
just
they're like managing like fully their content. It's kind of like a support group.
yeah,
Like a
it's
backer, like a partner.
it's like a Twitch team almost on Twitch.
Yeah, it's like almost a freelance agency where like they
Mhm.
mostly the free, but like they like support them, like if they
They
need like the
support each
clout or the
other and
budget.
stuff. Yeah.
Like if they need the clout, the budget, the advertising, then they'll support them there. But like overall,
Mhm.
they're pretty hands off on like what they do. Like fucking, they have Project Melody, bro. Like
Yeah.
if they get they're hella hands off, bro. Because Project
Yep.
Melody, I'm pretty sure still
Yeah, she does.
doing her
Yeah.
maid job, her second job,
Her yoga.
her yoga. Exactly, she's still a yoga instructor.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Online yoga
like,
instructor.
I think Vshojo is pretty interesting as a
Mhm.
org, right? Hololive's still cool.
Yes. I want to play the new fan game, but I need to play with someone. If anyone here does play with me.
There were multiple fan games. That's right.
No,
There's like the Battle Cats-esque,
Yeah.
like Hololive mobile game.
The Hololive
And
break.
then,
I want to play
yeah,
that.
Hololive Break. And then there was the other one, whereas I don't know what like genre they call it, but it's like the thing like side scroller, and like you fight them, and like you get like an army, right? And like Holocure's still getting updates,
Yeah.
and like the Hololive fighting game, right? Like dude,
Which I
Hololive fans
haven't.
are Hololive fans are eating right now, bro. They're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough being a Niji Sanji fan. Also nowadays, like Niji Sanji fans just have like a bad name.
Oh yeah.
Because like
because of the what was it? They're called like the one that are like really like supporting Nishi Sanji and stuff.
there's like a lot of toxic defenders right now
Mhm.
for Niji Sanji. And it's just a bummer. It just creates a lot of negative dialect, right?
Yeah.
Because for me, it's like like when I say I'm a Niji Sanji supporter, like I don't condone or support any of the actions that they're doing, but I support them in the sense where I just wish the best for them. Like I like the
Like for the good
talents are
ones.
the good. There are good talents in there. I just
Mhm.
want them to be supported. Like Niji Sanji, I know you can do it, right? You
Yeah.
did pretty good
In
in
the
like the
beginning.
early days, I think, right? In the beginning,
Unless,
hopefully.
yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know, unless, right?
Yeah, unless.
So, I don't know, man. I
But
just
who
hope.
who would you want to see to like leave first? I guess is
Leave first, Luca. Number 2, maybe Elira. I don't know. I don't have a full judgment
I was
on
gonna
her
talk
yet.
about like the good one that leaves first.
Oh. Oh, like the good one?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Like they end their contract and like leave
let's
out
see.
mutually.
Rosemi, I like Rosemi a lot. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like she's chill. I don't know. Again, they might be hiding skeletons in their closet, all right?
Yeah.
But
Or at
Rosemi
least if
feels
it's
cool.
drama is like nothing
Petra's
major.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Enna's based. Scarla
Mm-hmm.
seems to be against the whole thing as well. So I think Scarla deserves to be in a better place,
Yeah.
right?
Let's see.
I don't know how to feel about Ren.
I feel like Ren kind of is neutral.
Yeah.
He's not
Oh
bad,
my
but he's
god.
not
Dude,
good.
wait, have we talked about Uki? About like his tweets? I think we
Yes,
have.
you did.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. There's just so much stuff. But I
How about
really like
Shu?
Petra. I really like Rosemi. Enna's based. I think she should. I feel like Enna's in hot water. Scarla did like the whole thing where she like hearted the Kudo Sanji comment,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I know she's against it too. So
What do you think about Shu and Finana?
Shu,
Yeah.
I think Finana's cool. Again, like I don't know them
Mm-hmm.
too well. I'm just like mentioning the ones I like know pretty well,
Yeah. Or at
right?
least you watch more
Um,
of.
yeah. Let's see, Shu. I don't know. Cause like I
I
don't
think
know.
Shu
Like I don't
seems
know
pretty
who's the
chill.
favorites, bro. Like I could see them being favorites, right? Like Finana could be a favorite,
Could be. Yeah.
right? And like that just leads to like even though like it's not fair for Finana, just naturally it just like puts a bad taste in my mouth supporting her because it's like, damn, she's getting like the favorable treatment. Sorry, Al, what did you say?
So Shu seems pretty chill from everything I've seen.
She seems
Yeah.
chill. Yeah, I'd like to think
True.
so.
Yeah.
But like at this point, I don't know. I don't know,
Also,
man. This
have
is
you noticed
yeah.
that Hololive has made, I think, more original music and video, like music video in general, than Niji Sanji EN has in the same time span that they've like been created, like the English
Yeah,
branch at
bro. And
least.
like Niji Sanji EN like keeps like setting up new talents, bro.
Hmm.
And like how like
They've
I think they have
gotten,
like double the
I
amount of
think they've
talents,
gotten
bro.
more talents in their English branch as much as Hololive EN has made music video or covers.
Yeah, it's insane, bro.
So like the
It's a bummer because they
production
definitely
in
because like
Hololive is really high.
yeah, and also like Niji Sanji, it's like they have to pay out of pocket for like their
Hmm.
own personal projects, right?
Yeah.
So that's probably why they haven't been made a lot of
I feel like
videos.
Hololive also have you pay out pocket for some.
Oh, but yeah, just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, oh wow, I'm like looking at the wiki, bro. I didn't
Hmm.
even know there was a Shanghai branch.
Yeah,
In
there was
Niji
a Chinese
Sanji back
branch.
then. It's crazy.
It's called
I didn't know that
something
actually.
entirely different from actually Niji Sanji.
Yeah. Man, I miss Niji Sanji India, bro. There's like this one VTuber, Noor, bro. She was so cool, bro. So hot as well.
Okay.
All right. She was so gorgeous. You have no clue. I'm simping right now, but I'm telling you,
Uh-huh.
bro. She she was really cool. Also, like she did like she was honestly her content was really wholesome too.
Hmm.
I think like every week she did like advice streams, so it was like just really heart to heart shit. Where like,
Mm.
it's like, hey, it's like I've been struggling with this and that, and she's like, yeah, it's just like like life's tough, like get through. It. And I'm like, damn, like that's really cool,
Would you ever give
right?
advice to other people?
I think it would be cool if I don't. I think I could do advice streams,
Hmm.
right? I think that's an interesting thing, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying like I'm wiser than anybody else or I'm more
You're
mature or
mature.
anything, right? But I think the concept of advice streams is like just getting a different perspective,
Yep.
right? On like just someone's thing where it's like, hey, it's just like yeah, just getting a different perspective. Where it's like, well, if it was me personally, it's just like I could see this and that. It's really tough for you, and just someone like validating your like troubles.
Yep.
Right? It's like, wow, it's like that sounds really tough. Like just hearing that when you're struggling is like really cool, right? And like, and then you just say it's like, well, like you can do this and that, right? But again, I would probably always preface it where it's like, I'm only one person with like a very narrow point of view in life, right? So like my advice might not just apply to you in general, right? Like this is
Yeah.
what I would do if this happened to me, but like, you know, like my life experience is 100% different from your life experience because, you know, we lived in two different lives, right?
Not everyone have the same
So
lives.
exactly. So
And
take
if
with
they
a grain
do,
of
that's
salt.
kinda weird.
Also, yeah, also like I'm not a therapist, right? I'm no professional, right? So also see it like that as well, right?
Maybe she
So
was a
I'd probably put like,
professional.
yeah, I would put huge asterisks if I ever did advice streams, right? Where it's like, I am not your friend, you know, for parasocial. I'm not your friend. I'm not your therapist, right? Just this is just my point of like this is just me giving advice from my narrow point of view in life, from my like own personal life experiences that are entirely different from your life experiences, right?
Mhm.
Something like that. But I think advice streams could be cool. It'd be pretty wholesome.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't think I have a big enough view base to like pull off advice streams because you know you probably need a few entries, right?
You
Yeah.
just gotta have people ask you question and then you put in your input for that.
Yeah. All right. I think we can move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
All right. So
No
we've
more
talked.
drama.
We went a little bit into it. All right. No more drama. All right. So we talked about the future of Niji Sanji,
Mhm.
right? And we've kind of briefed on like you know what like the current other orgs are doing right now, right? Hololive, Vshojo, right? So in general, now I kind of want to talk about what's the future of VTubing in general, all right? Just VTubing as a whole, right? Because Hololive's working towards the future, right?
Yes.
They set up like a new studio in the U.S. They're setting up just like
They're
you
setting
know
all
they
these other
created a
stuff.
new like indie game company, right? Just supporting the player base for like the longevity of like their
and their
Hololive community.
fans, just in general.
Yeah. And Vshojo is like kind of doing the same thing. They're still branching out, right? You know, they have a lot less talents, right? So they have a lot more to support.
Yeah.
And like, but yeah, the thing is, so preface to this topic, pretty much, I think we can all agree the VTuber boom has ended.
And
Can we
a
agree on that?
way, yeah.
Or like the biggest of the VTuber boom has ended, like the height, right?
I wouldn't say it's the height. There's always
Really?
gonna be
'Cause, like, I think-
something that's gonna be bigger.
You think VTubers are gonna make a comeback?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yep.
I don't know, man. I feel like VTubers are just settled now. I think it's just like another genre of like content now, right? So
But
it's like normalized.
People are
so
gonna
I can't
get
really
creative
see.
with how it's
I
gonna.
think people can get creative. I think standout VTubers will appear,
Mhm.
but I'm saying like the VTuber like genre as a whole, like the piece like avatars, right,
Yeah.
has been normalized. At least that's how I feel. Who knows? Maybe I don't know, like
I mean,
maybe VR like pops off, like something insane happens, right?
yeah.
So I could see it. I could see a world where VTubers can make a comeback. I think. I don't know. It has to be something huge though, right?
Yeah. I mean, it has to be something huge.
It
This
has to be something huge. I don't know, Al. Do you think VTubers will make a comeback? Like there will be another big VTuber boom?
No. I think they did already have their big pop, and now
Yeah.
it's just going to settle into its own niche that people are going to want to fall into, just like every other niche of content creation. And it'll fluctuate here and there. It'll go up and down, but I think it's peaked. It's hit its peak and it's moved on, in my opinion.
Unless Holostar somehow does something crazy.
But yeah, I think.
But that's for them. The
Yeah.
main
I don't think
community
it's
is
going-
held mostly by indies.
Yeah.
And
I don't
now.
think VTuber. Yeah. I think VTubing like as a whole. I'm not saying VTubing is going like downhill. Like, oh god, it's dying, right? It's
No, it's
it's
not
Jover,
going.
right? I think it's normalized. It's been normalized. It's now its own like niche, its own section, right, of content, right? I think Hololive is gonna keep growing bigger though, right? I'm not saying the entirety of VTubing is going downhill or like is like kind of like receding. I think Hololive's still going really strong.
Yeah.
And like in Japan, I'm pretty sure VTubing is like still like ginormous.
Yep.
Right?
I think so.
So I think maybe we're talking like in the West. I think it's been normalized.
Yeah.
Right? I think Japan and I think Hololive in the West still is still going to be big. I think it's still going to grow bigger. Right? Which is pretty cool, honestly. I'm glad that in some place there's still like growing success in like the VTuber sphere. Right? Pretty cool. New Sanji, bro, going fucking downhill, snowballing into hell, all right?
Yeah, and then basically, if you use Twitter and you're in the VTuber sphere and Twitter, it's all drama shit right now. At least that's what I get
Yeah.
on my end. I'm like, there's no good shit. There's no good
Yeah.
news. There's always dramas, like people say, like calling other VTuber out or some shit. It's like, why can't you
Yeah.
all just try and support each other in a respectful way? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just your Twitter, because honestly, my Twitter is just VTubers being lewd, and everyone's going, "Oh, you fucking go."
Okay,
I think
that
that's
sounds
just
like
you.
yours specifically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. You're seeing drama because you interact with the drama, or at least the
At least I
algorithm
read
sees that you look at it a lot.
Yeah. Oh, what's your Twitter says, Ray?
What does my Twitter say? Dude, I barely check Twitter, bro. I took a break from VTubing for 4 months, dude. You think I check Twitter?
Yes, I feel like you did. I feel like
No,
you're
I'm
a
not.
Twitter
I'm not a
kid.
Twitter checker.
Yeah.
I'm not a Twitter kid. I don't use social media actually, so I
Same.
don't use TikTok. I don't use Instagram. I don't use Twitter. I don't use.
You
really
use
anything.
YouTube, don't you?
I use YouTube, but like YouTube's a little bit of a different kind of social media. You know what I'm saying?
Would you count as a social media?
It's a social media platform. I feel like it's a little different.
You don't use like short-term social media platforms.
Okay.
No.
YouTube,
But
you
yeah.
gotta invest a little more of your time into.
I invest a lot of my time into YouTube.
It's like the same thing where it's like Twitch is technically social media, but you don't really like rope it in with like Instagram. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of two different like
They're two different
forms of media.
yeah.
Yeah, they're different forms of media, even though they're technically under that big umbrella of social media.
Because you're still socializing under those medias.
Exactly. All right. But I think it's like different. It's different looks. But yeah. So continue forth. Right. So we think that maybe VTubers rise again, right? Maybe with a huge technological advancement, right? I mean, hell, bro. There's like Nero-sama, bro. The AI, bro. Her AI is really good. Right?
Yeah.
Who knows, bro? Maybe there'll be like full virtual tubers, just like fake, just like AI everywhere, bro. AI is gonna take over the content sphere. Who knows, right? That's already like semi doing that in like corners of the internet, right? Shit's scary, bro. Also really exciting because I'm kind of curious where AI will go. But anyways, so yeah, the boom. I would say it's like one of the booms has ended. Whether there'll be a future boom is up to question. Obviously, the future's unknown, right? Because the boom
Maybe
happened.
one of us will be
I think
famous.
in Japan, like I'd say the boom happened like a bit before quarantine, right?
Yeah.
Because like like Hololive, Nisanji started popping off, right?
I wouldn't say
And
so. I
then
think
it was
they definitely got help because of COVID. Because
Yeah.
people were
Well,
stuck inside and
I think
we're trying to find
I
ways
think
to entertain.
I think it boomed like for the Western audience. It boomed. VTubers boomed during the quarantine time.
Yeah.
But in Japan, I'm pretty sure it was already getting pretty big, like
Yeah.
before
As
quarantine.
soon as Kisuna Ai came out, which I think she was out before the quarantine.
Yeah, she was out before quarantine for like quite a bit. Right?
Yeah, I think a year or two.
And took in us. But yeah. But yeah, VTube is interesting. So I was thinking, pretty much, what's like the future of VTubing? I think we've said it's like normalized now, right? So like, as I'd say, like back then, like during the VTuber boom, I feel like people would watch you just because you're a VTuber, right?
Yeah.
Because like it was so novel that it's like, I think I had that period where I just literally subbed to literally every single fucking VTuber I could find. Right?
Okay.
I had that phase too, right?
I didn't.
Recently I've been like unsubscribing, unfollowing just to like clean up my like content, right? Because I think like my hype for VTubers has definitely lessened, right? I think I still appreciate them as content, but it's like I think that's it, right? The novelty's gone for me, so like the hype's gone. So like just being a VTuber isn't enough anymore, right? You have to
Or at
entertain
least
me, right?
a way to entertain.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it now, right? Like VTubers aren't a novelty, so you're gonna have to be more than just a VTuber to find like success, right? In that same vein, right? It's like depending on the audience, like nowadays, like maybe like VTubing isn't the best like option if you want to like get numbers and stream, right? Like I feel like if you're like a pure like gamer, like gaming like streamer, I think face cam is actually the way to go if you want the numbers, right?
Yeah,
Especially if you don't want to like money sink.
Yeah, I mean, there's still like a bunch of things you could do. Doesn't have to be face cam.
But yeah, but like I think VTubing isn't the only option anymore, right? Isn't the best option, I guess is a good way to put it, right? There's just a lot more things to think about now, right? Though there's still perks of being a VTuber, right? Like the anonymity,
Yeah.
right? Which is really nice.
Yeah,
Right?
especially when you
I'd say that's the
have
biggest
people that
thing.
might be like, what's the word called? That's really like but like really hard to stalk.
Parasocial.
Yeah, there we go. I forgot the word entirely.
Parasocial. Yeah. So the anonymity is nice,
Mhm.
right?
The parasocial aspect definitely is lower because of VTubing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like if you're a pure gamer, I feel like, because like when it comes down to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
When content creation is all about the connection that you have, right? Entertainment, right? If you can't connect to them, bro, you're not going to be that entertaining, right? You have
Yeah.
you have to connect to your audience, right? And naturally, right, if you're a PNG or like you're just like a virtual avatar, right? It's going to be harder for some people to connect, right? That's
Yeah.
why I feel like face cam, if it's like VTubing, right? Especially if you don't have like a really good model, right? Your
Mhm.
personality is all you've got. Like your
Yep.
looks are doing you no favors, right? Like you could still have an amazing design. Don't get me wrong, right? But if it's not like uber, like it's like those $1,000 ones, right? If you're not visually appealing, you're not gonna find as much success as a VTuber, right? So it's gonna be a money sink, right? And
Yeah.
like, if you want to be a
And
VTuber, you
I've
have to do it.
seen.
Like, go ahead.
I was gonna say I've seen like indie VTuber that has low number and their model looks like way too good for it. They look like they pour all their money into it, and oh no,
Yeah.
they're gonna succeed, kind of thing.
And how I feel about it is like, there's like a good chance, like VTuber, like being a VTuber, you're gonna be playing on a deficit. You're gonna be streaming with a deficit, right?
Yeah.
Because like it's expensive. It's an expensive hobby, right?
Yep.
But if that's how you see it, like a hobby as for fun, I think you should still be a VTuber if you want to be a VTuber, right?
Mhm.
Like for like up and coming like creators, right? Because like if you're looking for numbers, maybe it's face cam, right? Depending on your content, who knows? If you're
Yeah.
appealing to like
Or
if
a
you're appealing to like
luge.
the weeb audience, like let's say you're doing karaoke streams of like anime openings,
Yep.
or you only play like niche
Anime game.
JRPGs like not Monster Hunter, what is it? The Tales games, right? Or something.
The Tails game.
Or like Monster Quest or something. You know Tales games?
No.
It's like Tales of Arise, Tales of Luminaria,
Those Tails.
Tales of Symphonia,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
And it's like was it Monster Quest? Or it's like the one that like the Dragon Ball Z character
Dragon
like
Quest.
drew. Dragon Quest, not Monster Quest. But
You're
yeah, like
mixing your
I think
Monster
being a
Hunter and
VTuber
Dragon
actually
Quest.
might be better for you. Like who knows, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. But face cam again, connections, right?
Mhm.
But if you really want to be a VTuber, right? And like also the perk of like anonymity, right? That's also a thing to think about. Then like you should go for it, right? You should see it
Yeah.
as a hobby. Like for example, I was pretty big on like card games, right?
Mhm.
And I'm definitely running on a deficit, bro. I spent like $600 on cards, right? Like multiple decks, right?
What kind of
But I
card
did it
game?
because I have
Yu-Gi-Oh?
fun with friends. Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, Pokemon, right? All like trading card
Anything
games. I
but the
play
good
them.
one.
Wow.
I'm not gonna go into Magic or One Piece, bro. Those are the most expensive card games.
I didn't even know One Piece had a card game.
One Piece has a card game, bro. It's so expensive. It's like it's so expensive. Like some cards are like $60, dude. It's so
The
bad.
fuck?
But yeah,
I'd rather just play my Yu-Gi-Oh online. That's like fucking free.
exactly, right? And yeah, but it's like I have fun going to the card shop with friends, bro. Just like
Mm-hmm.
playing IRL, bro, with the mat, bro, shaking their hands,
I never.
right? It's
If
just
you want to know something,
what?
you know how like those fusion cards and synchro and XYZ are supposed to be in the extra deck. I never figured out that it was where it was supposed to be. I always put it in my actual deck, so I never.
What a noob.
So that's how I
Bro
always
nerfed
lose in
himself from the
fucking.
start.
Oh my
Now that I figured it out, I actually wins in some of them.
But yeah, like if it's a hobby, like no amount of money should like okay, obviously don't like irresponsibly spend. But if it's
Yeah.
a hobby that you genuinely enjoy doing, like don't sweat too much about the money you spend. Like if you want to look good, then look good, right? It's like how I see it is like VTubing is like your virtual persona that you want to portray to the public, right?
Your
So
persona.
if you feel if you feel almost literally like literally that, if you feel more comfortable with a higher end model, like you feel like you can like betray yourself more, bro, then do it, bro. It's the same thing as buying clothes almost, right? At least that's how I see it, right? People spend like a shit ton of money spending on like clothes, shoes, because they feel confident in
Or
how they look.
skin
Like
on like Fortnite, basically.
exactly, yeah, like their confidence, their happiness on like how they portray themselves in the public. This time IRL public, if you're buying like IRL clothes, right? It stemmed from there, and they're happy about that, right? And good for them, right? Then
Yeah.
it's money well spent, right? So in the same way, like VTubing, like if you want to spend that much money, then like go for it. Obviously, maybe like start easy, right? Start with the PNG. See if you're like actually want to like really dive into this hobby, right?
Yeah,
And then do it,
rigging
right?
is expensive, especially good ones.
Yeah, rigging's expensive, mods. It's an expensive hobby, right? So like kind of looping back, right? That's how I feel like is the future of VTubing. Like I think we talked about it. It's a niche, right? It's a fun hobby, right? I mean, like if you're a weeb, who doesn't want to be an anime boy or an anime girl or an anime they them, right? Right?
Or
It's just like things like that.
yeah.
Yeah, future VTubing, I think it'll be a niche. But yeah, I think that's honestly, yeah, that's everything I want to talk about really when it comes to future VTubing. Is there anything other topics you feel like talking about? We can pad time. No,
I mean, I feel like if we ever get better models, I don't know, we are gonna.
But yeah, are you guys thinking about getting new models?
I've been thinking
At
of
some
it for
point?
a while. I
I've been
don't have
thinking
the
about it
easier
too.
resources.
drawing.
Don't have the resources. That's why. But a lot of people try and draw it themselves.
I
Would
think
you?
I need more time to think about it for me.
Mm.
Because I mean, I did take a break from streaming for 4 months, right? Because honestly, I was pretty happy with like how I was spending my time outside of streaming. So suddenly streaming wasn't that appealing to me anymore. Cause it's like, wow, it's like I'm streaming, which gives me less time to hang out with my friends. You know what I'm saying?
And then you
Right?
don't hang out with us. It's like,
Yeah.
damn.
Exactly. Yeah, but the reason for my hiatus was because my 4-month hiatus. Because I reconnected with a lot of like old friends, some really good friends, right? And suddenly like
It's not us.
and like hey, I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Yeah, but yeah. I was really enjoying my time with them, right? And so we would like constantly hang out with each other, right? And that just and me like taking away time from them just to stream, like so, right?
Yeah.
It just didn't feel right anymore,
See,
right? I
that-
felt unsatisfied with how I spent my time.
See, what I did is I got my friend to start streaming with me. So
Big
then we can
brain.
both do it.
I think for me, I think I like having some of my friends. Like I'm fine with having some of my friends like interaction, like my social interactions being on broadcast. But some of them, I think I want it to be private. You know, like it's just
Yeah.
like me and them,
Yeah.
right? So, and the reason I started streaming was because I just had a lot of free time just by myself, right?
And now
'Cause
you
before I
don't.
reconnected with them, bro, I like, you know, I'm taking a gap year, right? So, and all my friends are already in college or like
Or
during
they're
my
having
senior year of high
babies.
school. During my senior year of high school, I already knew I was going to do a gap year, so I didn't have to do like college applications. I didn't have to like study really hard for like the SAT. So I had a lot of free time on my hands while everyone else was busy like studying, right? So VTubing was something that's like, hey, it's like, you know what? I have a lot of free time. I love VTubers. I might as well just try out this thing as a hobby and have fun with it. And I
Yeah.
had a lot of fun with it. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't regret ever meeting you, Hoa, or you, Al, or like, you know,
Anyone
making friends.
else?
I think,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't regret meeting anyone else, right? It was just really cool things.
Yeah.
And like, I don't regret ever doing it. It's just like, and like currently right now, like for this, I'm probably going to stream almost every day this week because
You gotta play
I'm
more
like,
League.
yeah, like I don't want to ditch this hobby. And also I feel like recently, I feel like I've been,
You get a new perspective on it.
yeah, new perspective on it. And I feel like recently I've been like depending on like my friends to be happy, right? Like my day is made whether or not I talk to them or not.
Yeah,
Right?
you're getting the
And I feel like
social
that,
high.
yeah, like I feel like that isn't healthy, or I don't want that. I don't want my life to play out like that, right? Like I want to, you know, I want to be happy. Like I want to know how to be happy on my own as well. Like
You
I want to be satisfied with life when I spend my time just on my own, just doing my thing.
Yeah.
right? Instead of constantly needing to hang out, constantly needing to like play games with them. And there's nothing wrong, right? I'm glad that I have people I can depend on just to like
Mhm.
be happy. Like if I need a boost, I can just hit them up. We have fun, right? There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with having friends like that. But I just want to have something more than that. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's pretty much the reason for my hiatus. Is just I've been really enjoying my time with friends. And like, like I don't want to I feel like me constantly running for that content is
Mhm.
like taking away my time with like some meaningful connections that I could forge,
Yeah.
right?
It's
So yeah,
always.
so pretty much if it's a hobby, make sure to draw lines, right? If
Yeah.
it's something you want to like
Um.
actively pursue, then like, really reflect on like the pros and cons,
Yep.
right? Just like Niji Sanji, bro, read the contract, right? But this
Yeah.
time it's like read the contract like of your own heart or like or your mind, pretty much, right?
Or your goals.
Yeah, like your goals, right? Really think about like what am I gaining here? What am I losing here? Right?
Mhm.
In the same way you read a contract,
Gain,
right?
gaining followers for my health.
Yeah, I don't know. I started going really like philosophical there, my bad.
No,
But
you're
like
fine.
I don't know. I've done a lot of thinking now that I
Mhm.
started streaming again, right?
Yeah.
And like me like me I don't know, like me just reconnecting with a lot of my friends, right? I've been like thinking a lot about like what I want,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, I
Mm.
don't know. I got sentimental there. Is there anything
It's
else y'all want to add?
no.
Well then, thank you everyone for watching. Our next host shall be Al, coming in next month. At a certain date. I don't
Yeah.
know when,
It might be
but
tomorrow.
yes,
Like,
it could be tomorrow. Who knows? But yes, thank you everyone for watching. It was a fun talk. It's glad to
mhm,
talk to
mhm.
everybody again. Um,
Give us a
check
like
out
and
all
a
our socials
subscribe.
in the description. Yep, with subscribe. All of our socials are in the links. I'll be streaming this week, and I'm probably gonna stop streaming again for like a clean 2 months. Who knows? Maybe I'll enjoy it again. Maybe I'll do it on like a little more often because I'm actually having.
Mhm.
I'm like reminded of how much fun I have
Yeah.
when I stream. So who knows? Maybe I'll do it more. And like
Yeah.
again, like also I'm trying not to rely on my friends as much, anyways. So maybe I'll have more free time just to do my own thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's it really. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah.
So all that jazz.
So give
Sweet.
us a like, and if we get
Yeah, look
more view,
forward
we might do
to.
this more often than just monthly.
Yeah, and look forward to the next video.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye
Say bye,
bye.
Al.
Bye.
Bye.